Let's talk about the rappers for a minute. Can we talk about the rappers for a moment? Let's talk about Tupac Shakur for a moment. Tupac Shakur is a child of the 60s. Tupac Shakur, born out of the spirit of the revolution of the 60s. Tupac Shakur, fire in his bones, boldness and rebellion in his blood. Born from his beautiful, bold Black Panther mama, Afeni, sitting in the jail cell, a revolutionary woman carrying the fruit of life, marking the child in her womb, marking the child with rebellion, marking the child with insurrection, marking the child with a spirit to not go along with what's been going on.
Beat me, young G, with a gift to gab.
Boy in New York, big city, your dreams and everything in New York ain't always what it seems.
Here's my question. Did you ever speak to Biggie after the day of that shoot?
I spoke to him twice. The first time was after Tupac died. And I was in Atlanta. And I seen Lil C's in the lobby at the Omni Hotel. And Lil C's is my nigga. I met Lil C's at the show. We over a bowl of cereal. He became my nigga after that. We was always locked and loaded. So I see C's in the lobby. I say, C's, what Biggie? I want to holler at him. He like, he upstairs. He want to holler at you too. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to come upstairs and holler at him. Let me grab my weed. Get my weed. C's take me upstairs. Biggie is upstairs in a walker, like what the old people walk around in. He got the little walker sitting at the edge of the bed. And when I walk in the room, we start talking, and then he looked me in my eyes, and he say something that, you know what I'm saying, like he's sad that Tupac is dead, but I can look in his eyes and I can see that he hurt. He didn't even have to say it. I could see that he hurt behind Tupac being dead. This is not a man that's happy or glamorized. This is his friend that's dead, that they had a misunderstanding, and he could never get no justice for his emotions, but he's showing me his emotions. And he explaining to me how much he loved Tupac, and I ain't tripping. And not once do we bring up the Brooklyn incident, because what's understood don't need to be talked about. But after we spoke, but let me continue. After we break bread and smoke weed, I leave him with some weed, and I tell him I love him, and I'm like, I'm gonna give you my number, nigga. Holler at me whenever, you know, whoop whoop, and you know, when you on the West Coast, holler at me, and I'm gonna holler at you when I'm in New York. I go to New York probably about 3 months later. Biggie hit me up. Hey, come by the studio. We got 5 studios popping. Daddy's house or some shit. I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm coming. I go to the studio. He got like 4 rooms. He got Easy Mo B in the room, Premier in the room, and he got Stevie J in the room and some other motherfuckers in the room. And then he in one room with like about 30 motherfuckers in there, all army fatigues and beanies, and they smoking some bullshit ass weed, and I come in with that thing that killed John Wayne. So I understand me? So I pulled my weed out and changed the temperature in the room. So Biggie at the board, he like, hey, check it out, hold on. Hey, Snoop, I want you to hear this shit. And the motherfucker push play, and he play that song where it say, dreaming of Learjets, mansions, and coupes, and trying to sell records like Snoop. Oops. And the whole room was like, oh. It was like him letting me know in front of all his homeboys, nigga, I fuck with you, I love you, and I ain't gonna never have a problem with you. So from that day forward, me and his situation never was a situation to begin with, but we had that understanding that that's all in the game of war. You feel what I'm saying?
Only Gab can do it like this.
Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab, I'm in the building. And this is Machiavelli Media. Am I going crazy, y'all? I mean, is it just me? Or do it seem like every so often Snoop Dogg tries to justify his relationship with Biggie Smalls? When we all know it is what it is at this point. So to hear Snoop continue to talk about it makes me wonder why. I think Snoop Dogg may be even more embarrassed that he continued to be friends, admittedly, with Biggie after Biggie called the radio station and basically got his trailer shot up while they was filming New York, New York, in the middle of New York City. Fat Man Scoop did an interview with Snoop, and he asked Snoop, basically, how and why did you continue to be cool with Biggie after he did such a thing to you? By all accounts, he almost killed Snoop Dogg. Snoop, once again, gives you a long, drawn-out excuse for why he was cool with Biggie before and after the shooting. And this time he went into detail about how Little C's took him up to, Biggie's room, and Biggie was hurt over Tupac's death, and he seen it in Biggie's eyes, and he just ran it down, a long, drawn-out story that we heard before, but he added some new nuances to it that may be true, maybe not true. It's not my opinion to judge whether or not Biggie was sincere or sincerely upset when Tupac died. But once again, seems like Snoop Dogg is, making excuses for his relationship with Biggie, and it is what it is. If he was cool with Biggie, then that's what it was. And apparently, Tupac wasn't feeling that, but it happened. It is what it is. Or maybe Snoop felt like he deserved to get blasted on, Maybe, he knew he was recording diss tracks about Biggie, behind Biggie back. He was supposed to be Biggie boy as well, He admitted he was flying back and forth to New York, chilling out with Puffy and Big while he was a member of Death Row Records and a friend of Pac. So, Snoop was doing a lot of stuff behind everybody's back, apparently. You know what I mean? But it's all revisionist history now, but he brings it up. And apparently, it's got to still be eating at him. I don't know. But to hear, Snoop continue to talk about it makes me wonder why. Tell me what you think. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to sub to the channel. This is Machiavelli Media. I'm your homie Gab. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm signing off. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.